I want to start by asking a question. How many of you rely on this guy right here? Phone. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jimmy Arwood, and I want you to know that my education matters to you. My success impacts your life. Who I am and who I become affects you. You see, if my success means somehow that I'm able to create a new generation of smartphones or phones for people to communicate, that means I've affected you. So this brings us to this question: how do we give more people the opportunity to impact others through success? Well, it starts with education. You see, the foundation of every success has this cornerstone rooted in this person's knowledge and their understanding of the world and their education. But behind each one of these success stories were people who invested in them, who sacrificed for them, even when they didn't know it. There's this tremendous quote that goes, "It takes a noble human being to plant a seed for a tree that will someday give shade to someone they may never meet." What I find so powerful about this quote is just how beautiful it is to sacrifice for others, to invest in others, especially when you don't know who they are. Think about all the firefighters and all the police officers, all the soldiers who dedicate themselves to us, who sacrifice their time, their energy, and sometimes even their lives for people they don't know. I think that's powerful because even though if we can't see this at the individual level, we still feel it as a society. We're still able to live freely. I think we can make the same argument for education. When we invest in education, when we invest in young people, we see amazing things happen. We see doctors who save patients. We see young entrepreneurs start businesses and create jobs. And we see aspiring scientists create the next generation of phones. In Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Outliers, he talks about how success comes from, number one, hard work. It's just a given that you have to work hard to succeed. But not everyone who works hard is widely successful. And that's because success also stems from opportunity. When we give young people the opportunity of higher education, when we give them the opportunity of college, we give them the opportunity to succeed. We give them the opportunity to impact society. Yet continually today, we as a society are devaluing education. Since the Great Recession, we have cut public universities by $13 billion at the state level. In Arizona alone, that number is $463 million. And with every cut to universities, that means more students have to take out loans. It takes longer for them to pay it back, and they can't go out and buy a car or a house or start a business and create jobs because they're worried about paying off these loans. Even worse, we have students who we lose out on because they feel they can't afford the university, or they have to drop out. Not because of a lack of ability or talent or ideas, but because of the numbers in their bank account. To compound this problem, we have this American political system that wants answers now. We want instantaneous results. We want immediate change. And the problem this presents for education is that education is a seed. Education is a long-term benefit. We don't get to see the immediate changes, but we know that when we plant a seed in education, it provides shade. And we can blame politicians, we can blame lawmakers and decision makers, but at the end of the day, we are the change makers. We have the ability to vote. Yet to be truly civically engaged, we have to do more than just vote. We have to be willing to demand that education is made a priority in this country, isn't just placed on the back burner. We have to fight for this social good. And while education is a social good, for myself, I find it to be a lot more personal. You see, a few years ago, my mother was diagnosed with a rather terrible disease called dementia. Essentially, limits her capabilities in every kind of way. Yet I find myself grateful. I'm grateful because there have been so many doctors and so many researchers who have poured in hour after hour of their time to combat this disease. And because of their success, they were able to hold off the effects on my mom. They were able to buy us time. My mom was able to see me graduate high school. My mom was able to see me lace up my basketball shoes in the final game of my high school career. She was able to see me go to prom with the prom queen. We were able to share those experiences together. And even though she can't be here, sitting here today, I know she still feels my sense of excitement. I know she's still proud of me. Because a previous generation invested in education, they empowered the doctors and the scientists who are working to fight this disease. Because they planted a seed, that seed grew into a tree, and it provided shade, and for me, that shade was time. We still have a responsibility today to plant seeds in education. Because we shouldn't be content with the way things are. The reason I'm so passionate about education is because we still have too many problems left to solve. So don't let anyone ever tell you you don't have a purpose, because your actions matter. Your success makes a difference, even if no one says thank you. Even if no one's applauding you when you finish, when you make it through a hard time, when you overcome difficult circumstances, because when you succeed, when you don't give up, you plant a seed. And even if you can't see the tree or the shade that provides, have faith that for someone out there like me, you're providing time. We still have that responsibility. See, success is interconnected. When you succeed, you help me. Just as when I succeed, I help you. It's why Obama said, yes, we can. It's why the ASU charter states that we are going to pride ourselves not by who we exclude, but by who we include, because they understand that education and success is all interconnected. Because when we talk about embracing your vision, we're talking about embracing our vision. So I ask you today to succeed. And in the same way, I ask you to invest in education, because we still have too many young people who want to succeed. We have too many young entrepreneurs who want to go out and start businesses and create jobs. We have too many young scientists who want to put an end to diseases like cancer and dementia. We have too many young people with too many aspirations, too many successes in front of them, not to invest in them. Because our success is interconnected, and that's why my education matters to you. Thank you.